Welcome back. Let's talk about something similar, yet slightly different to query. It's called partial application. And partial application is a way for us to, partially apply a function. It's the process of producing a function with a smaller number of parameters. What does that mean? Well, it means taking a function, applying some of its arguments into the function so it remembers those parameters, and then it uses closures to later on be called with all the rest of the arguments. Okay, so let's see how that looks in code and then compare it to querying. With partial application, we can say that the code below is, it uses partial application. But what if we had A, B, and C that we're using, that we want to multiply? So we have three numbers now, three arguments. Well, partial application says, hey, I want to apply, let's say, a portion of the parameters, for example, A, and then the next time I call that function, I want to apply the rest of the arguments. So let me show you the queried version first. The queried version will simply have another arrow function in here. That will be C, and then we do A, B, C, and then finally we can remove all this and simply say queried multiply 3 times 4 times 10, which is, and instead of brackets, remember this is queried, so I call it 3 times. 3 times 4 times 10. If I click run, I get 120. 3 times 4 times 10 is 120. Partial application says, no. What I want you to do is I want you to call the function once and then apply the rest of the arguments to it. So that means on the second call, I expect all the arguments. So how do we do that? Well, we can do partial multiply by 5, and we can just simply say we want to use the multiply function, and we want to bind, which remember gives us another function, but we don't really care about this. There's no such thing as this here. So I'm just going to give it null because I don't care. But I want to use bind as a way to pass a parameter or an argument into partial multiply by 5, in which case that would be 5. So that if I do partial multiply by 5, we have that. We have multiply function with the 5 applied right over here. So that if I do partial multiply by 5 and I remove and I call just 4 and let's say 10, and I run this, look at that. I get 200 because I've partially applied a parameter, the A parameter, and then I get to call the rest of the parameters, B and C, like this. So that's the main difference between querying and partial application. Partial application is on the second call, I expect all the arguments. Querying says I expect one argument at a time. Now I know what you're thinking. Why are you showing me this? I see not much application of this. Don't worry, hang in there. We're almost done with all these terms, and we're going to start to use them in our exercise to see how they might benefit us. So hang in there. Promise, it's going to get better. I'll see you in the next one.